Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Saturday the 16th of November 2024. The weekend is here. I hope it's going to be a great one for you with whatever you're doing, whether that's just relaxing with a Sudoku at home or out enjoying yourself, whatever it is you want to do. I hope it's a good one. I'll be getting on with the game in a moment and chat in a moment. But before I go anywhere, I'm going to ask a favour today. I would like to grow this channel a bit, but one reason that we don't get many push-outs, as you might call it, from the algorithm is because I don't get many comments in the comment section. Thank you, by the way, to Enjoy a Laugh, who comments very frequently with times and very fast times too. Congratulations on your Sudoku game. But I wanted to ask more people to comment. But I figure, I quite understand that nobody would like to comment on my political stuff because because you might completely disagree, and B, because you might be fearful that your government is going to monitor what you say, and that's quite understandable if you have any kind of contentious view. But one thing we could do is, how about if you put your city and country where you're playing? So like this, I'm playing Sudoku from, wherever, insert name of city and country. And if you think city is too giving away too many secrets, just country will be okay. That way you don't have to write anything contentious, because actually I could already find out where people come from. I mean, I believe the majority of my audience is in India. That's where most if I check in the Sudoku in my channel demographics, I could find out where people's ages and where they come from and stuff like that. But it would be nice to know who's actually listening and who's just not listening, who always skips over the chat part anyway. Lots of you, I suspect. But so how about that? That would be great if you could do that for this video. It might lead to some extra leverage and get a few comments, and otherwise say anything really. Just say something in the comment section, and that would help a great deal. Thank you very much. What's going on in the world? In the UK, there is a report, or a report has been released stating that unhealthy food costs the UK £268 billion. £268 billion. Good grief. That's it annually. It's an incredible number. It's actually more than spending by the NHS, spending on the NHS. The large number from that is 176 billion, the indirect cost of lost productivity from people who are too sick to work due to diet-related illnesses. And human costs such as pain and early death, that's certainly a human cost. I mean, I've been out of the UK for such a long time now. I don't know what regular food is like, but apparently I think they have a lot of pre-processed food and, not back to vegetables and stuff. When I was a kid, my mum cooked every evening. And though she worked, she did used to cook every evening, vegetables and just actually not very nice food, I must admit. Sorry, Mum, you were not a very good cook, but you did grow up in World War II, and you were taught all of those things about, boiling your food until it turned into a deadly slush. Here in Thailand, we don't have any such worry. In fact, the cheaper the food, the better it is, to be honest with you, because it's bought fresh from the local market. I don't have to buy any food. I get my food cooked, but it's all bought, sourced locally, cheaply, vegetable based, and very healthy, I believe. So if only the UK could invest more in having places that were cheap, cooked food that is cheap, based on good quality ingredients, instead of just the local chippy or something like that, or the kebab shop, I suspect was probably very unhealthy as well. All right, I'm going to play the game of Sudoku now. It's the Guardian's expert level. Once a week they give us an expert level game. I haven't seen anything yet. I've been looking around whilst chatting to you, trying to find something, and I haven't really come up with anything yet. I mean, I found a few pairs, but that's it I haven't found more than that. But now I found a pair that might be useful. Okay, let's get started. So 4 and 8 blocking down here. So that definitely means 4 and 8 are in those two squares. And in fact, we've got an 8 blocking down. So I did have something, I just didn't see it. 8 up, 8 down gives us 8 here. And then the 4 down here will put 4 into this square. And we can work out what goes there. It's going to be 2, 5, and 6. Which means that when the 5 blocks up there and 5 blocks across here, we will have 5 in one of these two squares, blocking across, and blocking up. So we'll get 5 in that square. And when we have 6 in one of these squares, we're going to get 6 across here. So we'll have 6 in either this square or this square. And we'll do the same thing on the left-hand side there. Pass the duchy to the left-hand side. 6 blocking up. We'll get 6 in that square there. Sorry about the background sounds there. Construction. They don't get a day off on Saturday. They have to work. Even though it's quite a long way from where I am living, from where I live, it's pretty loud. It certainly is loud for me. It may not be so bad on the microphone for you, but it is loud. Let's see what we can see. I wish someone would invent silent construction equipment. Physically impossible, but it would be a nice thing. 4's down to the bottom, and a 4 across here and across there. It says, hey, you're a 4. Okay, I've got something. 8 blocks up here and across here. Oh, excuse me. Hold down the right key. So 8 is in one of these two squares, blocking down here, and 8 across there. We've got 4 blocking this square and 4 blocking this square, so here's a 4 up there. We've got 1 blocking this square, so here's a 1. And we're going to finish that row with 3. I'm sorry, the noise is getting worse and worse, I think. Okay, we've got 4 blocking this square and 4 blocking this square. So in this column, there's our 4. Four across here, and up there. This could well be the last digit 4. No, it's not. Where else? Oh, yeah, over here. That's a useful thing about playing on the computer, whereas you don't really have that luxury if you're playing with pen and paper, is to see whether the digits are actually finished or not, because out of shot on yours, from what you can see, is I can see that the 4 is has magically turned green, and that means there aren't any more 4s to find. We've got 8 blocking up here, and if it doesn't turn green, it means that I've still got to keep looking. I may have, thought that I'd finished the 4 a moment ago, when in fact I hadn't. 7 goes here, 7 down here, 7 down here, and 7 across there. 7 across here, 7 across here, 7 down here, 7 up here, 7 down there, 7 in that square, 7 across, 7 across, 7 down. 7 and 4 are both green now. Green for go away. This is a 2 blocks this square. Here's our 2. We still need a 1 in this column. Bang, bang, bang. It's really noisy. They remind me of an experimental rock group, or when I say rock, alternative music group, maybe something like that I once saw when I lived in England back in the 80s, that had dustbins. They were bashing dustbins on stage as percussive instruments, dustbin lids and dustbins. They were great. Really good, actually. I can't remember what they were called or anything like that, but they were quite interesting, I must admit. We've got 1 taking care of those 2 squares, 1 blocking this square. We still need a 1 in this row. It's got to go there. We're left here with 3 and 9. Can't say which is which just yet, but these can't be 3 or 9. They must be 1, 6, 1, 5, 6, and we got 1 and 6 together, so that's going to be our 5. And now we've got 5 and 6 blocking across here, so 5 and 6 in those squares, and this has to be a 2. And now we've got 2 across here, and down like so for a 2 just there. Nine blocks this square, so in this row here's our 9, and we still need a 3 there to complete the column. 3 across here, or just look for the empty square in this row if you prefer. That will give you the same digit, 3. Nine across here and 9 down here for a 9 there. And we'll be left with 1 and 5 in those squares. Up here, 2 and 5, I think so. 5 blocking here, so there's a 5. There's a 2. 2 blocking down here gives us 2 in that square. And what are we left with here? 3, 5, 6. So up here 1 and 8. We've got the 8 blocking there, so there's the 8, and there's the 1, and that's got to be a 1 there. And this is going to be a 5 here now. 5 across there for a 5 there. This is 6. So it hasn't been a difficult game. I'm using the past tense because actually I'm using the present perfect tense. So I should be more accurate. I'm using the present perfect tense because, which means past. The game is finished, essentially. There's nothing difficult going to stand in my way now. I feel like a fascist dictator on the loose. But don't forget, just put before you disappear, as you're likely to do now the game is finishing, playing Sudoku from province or county or city and country, that would be great. I'm not going to do anything nefarious with it, I promise. I don't want to know what to do with it anyway, but just to build or comment with something else. just to engage the algorithm a little bit and try to push this channel just a bit. I've been doing it for a few years now, and although I didn't start it with the aim of being completely successful, 2 across here, that gives me 2 here, it just would be quite nice to make some money out of it. After this is actually the worst paying job I've ever had in my life, going back to since I was 12 years old, and my part-time job after school paid more money than YouTube. So I mean, it's not that I do it as a full-time job or anything, but it just would be nice to get something back to pay my cat's hospital bills. What am I missing here? 6 blocks up here. That's a 6. This will be a 3. Think of it as helping out my cat. There we are. 1 more digit to place down here. That's going to be a 9. 9 across here. That gives me a 9 in that square there. This is going to be a 3. And what are we looking for? 2 and something. So 2 blocking across here. And there's our 2. The last number over here. It's so noisy here. Is a 5. And the last, what are we looking for? 3, 6. So 6 across there. There's our 6. There's our 3. Take the 3 back in this direction. Plonk it there. And drop in a 5 to finish the game. That's it. It's all over. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for commenting in the comment section. And also like the video and that kind of thing. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Merci beaucoup. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.